Regarding Palestine and Israel, what are your thoughts? Who do you favor? Why?
Listen, at the end of the day, if you look at it at a humanitarian perspective, both sides are losing. 100%. Innocent lives on both ends are losing. However, people need to wake up and see that Hamas is a terror organization. People are stuck in Gaza still. 35 hostages were confirmed dead today. They need to be home now. Actually, a month ago, 2 months ago, they need to be home. I'm with Israel.
What would you say? Okay, sorry. What about you?
I agree with her. I think Hamas is against the Palestinian people, against the world, against Israel. And so we should all be fighting against Hamas for the sake of everyone globally, because it also sends out a really dangerous message to everyone else. Like, Hamas is a terrorist organization, and so I support with Israel, but it does not mean that I want violence against the Palestinian people.
100% agree with that one.
Okay. And what would y'all say to the people that say like Israel's committing genocide on Palestine? Do you agree, disagree?
I think that word is being used improperly.
Okay. How is it improper, and how would you describe it then?
So, for starters, why is Israel not allowed to defend themselves? Why is it portrayed in the media that Israel can't defend itself, but it's okay for Hamas to send out rockets and kill innocent lives that were at a festival for music and living freely? So, yeah, that's my...
Well, a genocide is when you're trying to wipe out an entire group of people. This is a war, and I don't think violence is any excuses on either side, so I'm not saying it's an excuse, but war comes with casualties, and Hamas is the problem.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you.
They did this podcast, or I don't know exactly what it's called, so I don't want to be quoted on that,
Sure.
But it's called The Whispers in Gaza, and you'll find that a lot of people are against Hamas. It's just you can't openly be against Hamas on the Gaza Strip.
100%. They're hiding their people that couldn't move out of the area of where Israel had gave them a week notice. Flyers, soldiers telling them that they need to move from this area. And soldiers are even showing on video that they're saying that we can't leave because Hamas is shooting at us.
What about like in response to like, you said like they didn't want to wipe out, like what about like the Prime Minister kind of referring to like taking out all of Palestine?
Which Prime Minister? Israel?
Uh-huh.
He's not referring to...
Okay, wait, can I just say one thing?
No, absolutely.
So a lot of the people in Israel, like the same way in the U.S., even though you might live in Israel, doesn't mean you're so pro the government.
Sure, yeah, of course.
So that's quite obvious.
It's like we have here left and right.
The second thing is when families are coming crying about their children and other family members that have been taken and are being tortured to that extent, people are going to get upset and want to see action.
Okay. And what about like... Oh, sorry.
That being said, Hamas is hiding in hospitals, and so they're trying to...
Hospitals, schools, houses, underneath beds, they lift them up and they see bombs.
Yeah. Hamas is trying to win a media war, and that is why... Like, a lot of the people that are for Israel, if you look at that side, there's not that many people coming here, because at this point, we're trying to, like, give money to the Bring Them Home Now Foundation, the IDF, and trying to work behind the scenes, because rallying is not really helping. You think Hamas is going to stop, or if you're on the other side, you think the Israeli government is going to stop because they see a bunch of kids or a bunch of people rallying in the park. It's not proactive. It doesn't make change. And I think the most change could happen if everyone came together and understood that violence on either side is not okay. But then you see people here defending Hamas and saying, oh, but, you know, they're martyrs. They're freedom fighters. That is a spit in the face, and anyone who thinks that is wrong. Because I'm not going to stand here and say, you know, I'm not happy that violence is happening on either side, but some people here are celebrating that. So that's the difference. It's humanity here. It's not politics. It's not where you're from.
Can I ask you one last question?
Yeah.
Okay, final question is, how do you, as like pro-Israel people, how do you justify like the death of 25,000 Palestinians?
I don't justify any death. I don't think anyone should be dying. I think, once again, like I said, there's casualties. I think, like we both said, that there's casualties on both ends of this war. And I think that, honestly, both ends need to come to conclusion. I had a great discussion with someone who was Muslim today, and she was explaining to me how she sends her kids to a the JCC in their community in New Jersey. And
Jewish organization.
Yeah. And she said that I'm here and I'm for just to stop. None of this is necessary. Like, she said it in a way that, you know, sorry, as I'm videotaping this,
No, that is okay.
I have two people laughing at me, calling me names. They let them say it to my face. No, but like I said, I don't justify anyone dying. I believe in the humanitarian way where it's no side should be losing any lives. And this should all stop and come to a conclusion.
I just want to say there's no justification for any violence. And the hard truth is war does come with death, but it's still not justified. But if you look around and see the people that are holding up all those posters with the cross over Israel's flag,
They're calling
like,
for death.
I'm a great-granddaughter of Holocaust survivors. So for me, it's straight up anti-Semitism, regardless of what way you want to spin it. This is not political. This is blatant anti-Semitism. And I've grown up knowing about the conflict. The conflict did not start on October 7th. Most of the people here do not even know that. They saw it on Instagram and want to come and want to feel like an activist.
They're just followers.
When they really have zero clue what they're talking about.
Cool.
So.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.